Why is Kirstie called Kirstie? That is a genuine question. I'm not being sarcastic, I'm not setting up a joke. I really want to know why the TV series Kirstie is called Kirstie. Now you could say, well, Amy, it stars Kirstie Alley, who you love. That's very true, I absolutely adore her. She's been my idol since I was about 4 or 5 years old. But her character is not called Kirstie. Her character in this is called Madison Banks, or Maddie. So I find it very weird that the TV show is called Kirstie, or that her character is not called Kirstie. That would have made more sense. Especially since it's slightly autobiographical. Maybe not necessarily, but certainly in certain cases with this first episode, there are elements of her own personality in this. And I will say, despite my issue with the title of the show, I absolutely adored this first episode. I'm not going to keep the suspense going until I finish discussing it. I'm going to continue watching this. I love Kirstie Alley, and I have done pretty much my entire life. So I knew that there would be elements about this that I'd enjoy, but I wasn't necessarily sure quite how funny it would be. I truly loved it, and obviously the other appealing thing here is Rhea Perlman. Me being a big Cheers fan, I wasn't sure how that would work. Absolutely brilliant. So what this show is about, or at least what we find out in this first episode, Madison Banks is a successful star on Broadway. She's doing very well. This person turns up at her doorstep and reveals himself to be the son that she gave up for adoption 26 years ago. And, she accepts pretty quickly that he's the right person. There's documentation evidence, a very funny scene involving the inspection of a birthmark. I think that was beautifully framed. It was, the very fleeting moment, but just the framing of that, and particularly the positioning of Kirstie Alley, in that moment, and the delay with her, I just thought was fantastic. I was really impressed with it, and that's kind of the theme throughout this. There are a lot of kind of moments of quick-witted humour. Kirstie Alley's dialogue is incredible, very funny, very sharp, really entertaining. So I assume that every episode that follows kind of discusses how she's going to suddenly cope with being a mother of a 26-year-old. I assume there's going to be some reflections and thoughts about past regrets and, contemplating where her life will end up in the next, say, 10 years or whatever. I feel like it's going to be a very reflective show about Madison. It'd be so much easier if her name was Kirstie. About Madison and, her life choices and things that she regrets. And yes, she's a successful actress, but, she's not married. She missed, being a mother to a young child. I kind of suspect that's what it's setting up for. And if that's the case, fantastic. As long as it continues being as funny as it is. This first episode is directed by Andy Cadiff, written by Marco Pennette, obviously starring the amazing Kirstie Alley. It's one of my favourite of her performances. I just thought she was on absolute top form. Not that I ever expect anything less from her. Obviously we need to discuss Rhea Perlman. Her character is called Thelma Katz, and she is Maddie's assistant / friend. There's a moment where Maddie actually questions Thelma about that, which I liked. But it's weird. It is weird, definitely, seeing Rhea Perlman and Kirstie Alley getting along on screen. Because obviously, famously, Carla... It's not that Carla didn't like Rebecca. It's more that Carla was just always jibing her and making fun of her, whereas there's none of this here at all. At least not in this first episode. So it is weird, but it's nice. I really like it. I'm genuinely impressed with this. From what I can see, it only aired for one season, which is a shame and a constant theme with Kirstie Alley's shows. I don't know why. I don't get it, because they're brilliant. But maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I will stop. Oh, wow. Okay, so I just pulled up the IMDb page with the list of seasons just to make sure it was just one season. And I've just found out that there's a cameo from at least one other Cheers actor. I'm very excited. I am very, very excited for this, and I truly cannot wait to watch the rest of it. 12 episodes. I know I'm going to have an absolutely delightful time with them. If you've been considering watching this for any reason, do it. It's on Amazon Prime just now, and you will not regret it. This first episode, at least, absolutely hilarious. And I know I'm biased. I'm aware I'm biased because of my deep love of Kirstie Alley. But it is brilliant. It is funny. It's well written, well shot. Really looking forward to seeing what else it has in store.